Hello and welcome to another one of our tech demos. Today we are going to be showing you how to create just some and edit some basic shapes, vector shapes that is, inside of Illustrator. So what I've got going on right here is I've already opened up Illustrator and we've got a kind of basic 1920 by 1080 document. And we're just going to go over some basic tools for those of you that are brand new to working with vector shapes. So here on our blank document here, you can see we've got it here in the background with white canvas there. And what we're going to do is we're going to select a rectangle tool and we're just going to draw a basic shape out here. We can find that over here on the left-hand side. So if I draw my little arrow over here, you're looking for this. Now, if somebody else has used this or you share this with someone else, you might have to click down. You might see a different shape in here, ellipse, star, so forth. But I'm just going to select the rectangle to begin with. So grabbing that there, and I'll clear the drawing out. And I can come out here and I can click and drag to create just, any shape size that I want. So like you can keep creating these and so forth like that. So you can see I've created several different shapes out here. I don't need more than one. So I'm just going to keep maybe that one there. So we'll leave these other ones here. And you can see right now, these are just basic white squares or rectangles, and they've got a kind of thin black line. And you can see that up here, if you've kind of bruised this before, you'll know that this is your foreground color, your stroke color, and the size of your stroke right up there. And mine, it's in the upper left. But it kind of depends on your layout, but that's what you're looking for if you want to adjust those. So let's take the opportunity to actually look at a couple different shapes. I already showed you if you click and hold down on that rectangle, you will get this rollout here that'll show you other ones like rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star, so forth. So let's go ahead and select the ellipse tool. And I can come over here and let's change that color just so we see something a little bit different. I'll choose red, select it. Well, we will deselect our rectangle before we do that, and we'll choose a different color for our circle. Let's choose this blue color now. So grab this ellipse, and if I come over here, grab the ellipse tool and drag it out, you'll notice that you can sit there and have this be, an oval shape, so forth. If you want to lock that into place to be a perfect circle, just hold down the Shift key. That's going to keep that to be a perfect circle for you. So that's your circle tool, and let's go ahead and create a triangle. Now you'll notice that when you look over here on the side, there isn't a triangle, right? There's rectangles, stars, polygons, and so forth. You have to kind of think of what a triangle really is, and a triangle is actually a polygon with 3 sides. So if I grab the polygon tool, notice that right now, again, if I deselect first so I don't change that color, and let's say we choose a yellow color for this one. If I select that polygon tool and try to drag it out, it's going to create a hexagon for me because that's the default. So in order to actually change that, I need to come over here and click on this. Click on this, and you'll see if you try to drag it out, like I said, it's going to be a hexagon. If you want to be able to change the number of sides, just click, but click and don't drag. And I'm left clicking for those that are not sure which side. Click that, and you'll get this little pop-up. And you'll get this for several of the tools inside of Photoshop. In this case, it's going to say what's the radius and how many sides. So a triangle, of course, has 3 sides. And I can give it a specific radius if I wanted to, like 100, and hit OK. And that's going to give me my nice little isosceles or equilateral triangle, rather. And if I wanted it to be an isosceles, then you can grab these handles and you can start to manipulate them. I've grabbed that there, so let me come off the tool. The kind of common thing, you can be on that tool if you manage to get this directly on that line, but again, it's best to come over to your selection tools and direct selection. So if you wanted to kind of change the shape like that, you can. All right, and we're back. I had to turn those pop-ups. The tooltips were just kind of covering up everything that you guys needed to see. So you have your direct selection tool. So that's going to be the black arrow here. And you can come and select these. Or if you want to go the direct selection, it's going to be this white arrow. And this is going to let you actually click on the little vertices here. So probably most obvious here on the triangle, you see when I hover over the one edge, you'll see the anchor point. If I click on it once, that's going to give me control of that edge. So I can kind of drag these out and kind of control each of the vertices. And this is kind of the nice thing with working with vectors, is that these are mathematical shapes and that they're going to maintain the resolution. It's not going to stretch or get pixelated as it would inside Photoshop if you had drawn a rectangle and rasterized it. So You can do that now. Of course, if you click and hold this down, you're going to have some additional tools in here, as well as the pen tools, but that's going to be for another one of our sessions, so we won't hit that just now. But I do want you to kind of look through there and say, okay, what other type of tools can I make? I can make a star. And again, you can set the number of sides that you have on there. You can resize this and so forth. And you'll find that in this, there's other little handles that you can click on to round out the corners and so forth. But we'll get into those advanced ones. But that's kind of your basic welcome to vectors. And to change the colors again, if you want to change the thickness, let's say you wanted this to be a hollow one, you can come in here, click on the color panel up here, hit this little slash that removes the color from it. And then if you wanted to increase the size of the stroke, you can come in here and choose a different one. Or you can, type this in, or you can scroll this up. You're not limited to each of those. So you could do that. And again, you can change the color of this. So let's say if we wanted this to be this green color, we can do that. And like I said, we're going to get into advanced ones in another topic, but you'll notice that you can click on these. In the circles, you'll see these little handles. These are going to be our control bars for vectors and splines, but we'll get into that next time. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.